folks, welcome back to the New Movie Thing Show here on SourceFedNERD. I'm Matt Lieberman.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
And today we went to go see the new movie Gone Girl, directed by David Fincher, based on the best-selling novel by Gillian Flynn, and we thought it was a really good movie.
I thought it was excellent. I'm normally not on board for the really anxious, thrillery type movies, but this was so well done and so smart that I really liked it.
I love a good mystery, and at first I thought, I'm like, man, I know where this is going. I'm so bored. And then like 40 minutes in, they throw a major curveball that twists everything, and then all of a sudden, I'm just anxious, biting my nails for the rest of the movie.
It's a crazy fucked up ride, but it was a ride that I enjoyed. You mentioned that David Fincher directed this movie. I was thinking about it this morning, and I feel like he's kind of like the all-star quarterback of Hollywood. So you're like going to see the big Hollywood film when you go to see this.
Well, David Fincher is he is one of the best working directors, like, period. And most of his movies are really dark and fucked up, but his direction is always like really deliberate and really fascinating and really kind of clinical in its own way. I wouldn't say that this is his best movie.
Okay.
What
do you think is better?
I think The Social Network is way better.
Okay.
I think Zodiac is better. I'm not
really
a
like
lot of
Zodiac.
people who really like
Zodiac.
yeah, Seven's really good. A lot of people really like Fight Club. I'm not a huge Fight Club guy.
Okay, I thought Fight Club was okay.
Yeah, I thought this was a really engrossing movie, and once that first twist hit, I was on board for the whole ride.
Yeah, I have to say, I looked at the runtime going in, and I was like, 2.5 hours. God, it's gonna be one of those movies that like thinks it's so good and it's not, and I'm gonna just sit there for 2.5 hours.
That's the David Fincher minimum.
Right,
is 2.5 hours.
But I have to say, it didn't feel like 2.5 hours. Like,
Yeah.
I was really enjoying myself the entire time in the theater. And part of the reason that I enjoyed myself is because the acting was so fantastic as well.
Across the board. Ben Affleck kills it in this movie.
He's really good. I've
great.
actually thought that he's been really good for a while.
Oh yeah, I feel like when he was like super popular back in the early 2000s and late 90s, he didn't get many roles where he got to really stretch himself.
He was like the heartthrob guy.
Right, but you look at Hollywoodland, you look at Argo, you look at The Town, you look at this.
He was good in Argo,
He's an excellent actor, and honestly, it helped me get a better sense of who he would be as Batman. That's an entirely different conversation. But I really liked him. Rosamund Pike plays his wife, and she's insanely good. She's not cast in nearly enough stuff. I remember seeing her for the first time in Die Another Day in 2002, I think. And I haven't really seen her since then. So it's always nice to see her pop up. Kim Dickens, who's like in a bunch of movies, or a bunch of TV shows.
She's a detective?
She's a detective.
And Tyler Perry was in this too.
Tyler Perry was in this movie.
Everybody was like, oh, how's Tyler Perry gonna be? Because, you think of Tyler Perry, you think funny movies.
He brought it.
He brought it.
Yeah.
He was good.
Yeah. Carrie Coon, those who watch The Leftovers, she's great in it too.
Oh, Joe loves her. Joe thinks she is the spiciest lady out there right
and
now.
Neil Patrick Harris is like creepy in the movie.
He was so good.
The basic story of the movie is that this guy, Nick Dunn, played by Ben Affleck, he comes home and discovers that his wife is missing, and everyone thinks that he killed her, and he's trying to prove his innocence, and we're not sure at the beginning, is he innocent, is he guilty? There's a lot left open, and as the story unfolds, you learn more and more. Apparently, they changed the ending of the book in the movie.
Which now gives me more incentive to read the book, because I can still read the book and not know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If that's true. That would be awesome. But I do think that the screenplay was very well written. I thought the dialogue was very natural. There were moments where I laughed, which was like, I shouldn't be laughing. This is greatly uncomfortable. But sometimes it was uncomfortable after, and it was needed because you were so like,
you need to release the tension, because I was just squirming the whole time. Gillian Flynn, who wrote the novel, also wrote the screenplay. Very rare that an author adapts their own screenplay. I thought she did a great job.
The look of the film, I mean, it opens up with some kind of really interesting like B-roll shots of the town. It was all very calculated. I don't know if you noticed this. It stood out to me. Like there's a shot where it's very specifically focused on
David
certain
Fincher.
text, and then it's very specifically focused on this odd architecture, and then these people sitting in the corner, and then this really cool lamppost that's also a clock.
David Fincher is
cool.
like, he's a landscape fetishist. Landscape and details.
Okay.
He shoots very meticulously, and he's always capturing very crisp details in every one of his movies. The folks on Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave it an 86% fresh rating, very, very high rating, and audiences gave it a 93%.
Whoa,
so people are really loving it.
On IMDb right now, it's rocking an 8.9 out of 10, which is fantastic for IMDb. I thought it was really good. If you just want to kind of go on, like I said, a crazy effed up ride for your brain, this is the place to do it. If you ever want to examine how much you trust or don't trust other people, this is a great way to go and like character study all different types of people from all different walks of life. And I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think ultimately it's a very, very good movie. It's not like a great movie that's gonna stay with me, but it was a great ride, and I highly encourage that if you're looking for a great mystery, check it out.
I'd see it again.
Yeah, I'd see it again too. I'd see it again at home though.
Oh, really? I'd see it again in the theaters.
Personally, I would give Gone Girl an 8 out of 10. It's a really great, well-crafted mystery, but ultimately, like, it's not gonna stay with me. It's not his best movie.
It's not one that you need on Blu-ray at home.
No, and I love David Fincher so much that maybe I went in with huge expectations, but it wasn't the best movie in the world, so it kind of falls a little.
Okay, I really, really enjoyed it, like I said, and I'd definitely give Gone Girl a 9 out of 10 for me. It's not my ultimate, like, this is my new favorite movie of all time. And that's, you know, because it's not fantasy adventure. But for the movie that it was, I absolutely thought it was great, and like I said, I'd go see it again. So 9 out of 10 from the shish.
Folks, thanks for watching the New Movie Thing show. We got a lot of great stuff for you this weekend. We've got an SourceFed animated. We've got some nerd bloops.
Yeah, we do.
I'm Matt Lieberman.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger. You can watch us mess up a lot if you tune into bloopers. That's what I always think. Every time we advertise bloopers, I'm like, watch us mess up at our job.
Yeah, or say things that were not appropriate in the context, but are appropriate when you say, this is where people mess up.
I don't often get to watch bloopers before they go up, so I'll get tweets that like, I can't believe you said this, and then I'm like, I can't believe they showed that.
Yeah, exactly. I do a lot of those too, where like someone will just like say like a random word, and it'll be something that I said, and it won't even be like, that was funny. It'll just be like, you know, like horse meat. I'm like, horse meat?
You're lucky they don't let Steve edit it. It would be a rap about horse meat then.
Yeah, that's true.